Good morning, students. First of all, I welcome all of you to St. Joseph College of Communication. Let me introduce myself. I am Jinu Varghese, working as an assistant professor here at St. Joseph College of Communication. I will be handling, especially for you guys, the subject Art and Visual Perception, which you have to study. Like it's a core course in your first semester, especially in Mahatma Gandhi University's syllabus. Okay, AVP class, Art and Visual Perception class, supposed to be filled with activities, especially the first class. Because this particular course is designed like that, not a purely theory-oriented one. But unfortunately, due to this COVID pandemic, we don't have any other choice but to take class online and via video lectures. Okay, so once again I welcome you all to this class, Art and Visual Perception class. I hope I can able to see you personally, like very soon, especially hopefully in June or August. Okay, so be with me for this coming 30 minutes. This first class will be how to engage in this class, like what this Art and Visual Perception is all about, and some thinking style which you have to adopt to pursue this class, especially in Art and Visual Perception class. That's why the people who designed this syllabus put this course, AVP, the subject, in your first semester. It has to be the basic course for you guys. You have to develop this visual thinking. That's why they put this course in the first hand. Okay, so let's begin. The name of the course, Art and Visual Perception. I know when you, it sounds very difficult, like Art and Visual Perception. And when you ask your seniors that which is the most difficult paper or subject here in this college, they might tell you that it is without a doubt Art and Visual Perception. Every semester, at least 20% of students fail in these subjects. I am not scaring you, but this is the fact. Why is that? We will find out in the next classes also what made them to fail in AVP. While others, like remaining 80% or 70% students, they get some higher marks, and also those students who are good at AVP, they get entrance, they get to pass entrance exam of FTI, Pune, SRFTI. So it's a basic, the foundation, the foundation course for all the visual media studies out there. Okay, so without further ado, let me start. So as you can see, you can follow, like in this class, I will insert some PPT also in the video, so you can go through the PPT also. Along with the file, I will upload a PDF file too. It's supposed to be your template. There are some, you have to do some work in your PDF template also to engage in this class. Okay. So first of all, what is Art and Visual Perception? Also known as AVP. Just look at this image. What do you see? I know some of you are getting hungry. Why is that? It's just an image. Just try to touch your screen. Do you able to touch it? Do you able to feel that yolkness, that silky thing of egg yolk in your hand? Or do you smell it? Then how do you become so hungry? Or how do you have this craving feeling to eat that? Just imagine that yellow, yolk and the bread pieces. It must be so delicious. Just look at the next slide. Just look at it. Can you hear some noise? The traffic noise of New York town, cabs, horns, trucks, sounds, honking, and some advertisements playing in the building, in the billboards, sounds of people. I know I can hear some sound. So what's happening there? What's really happening here? One more slide. Are you able to smell it? This beautiful flower, the beautiful lilies. Look how fresh it is. If you contemplate a little more, you can smell it definitely, even though it's a picture. The above shown pictures, like the three pictures, the image of egg yolk, the sandwich, or the image of New York Times Square, or image of lily. How did you able to feel it? How did you able to be there, even though it's a two-dimensional image? That's the power of visual. Because we are seeing it. When you first come out of the mother's womb, you just open your eyes. From there, you are able to learn new things. Okay, you saw doctors, you saw your mother, father, and their happy face. Then you know that, okay, that's their mother, father, your father and mother is a nurse, and you are at the house now, then you went to college, school. So you are seeing things. From there, you begin to learn things. That's made a human, or that's made a people, a boy, a student like you are today. So the sense, among the five senses, as you know, we have five senses like sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing. Out of these five, vision or sight is the very prominent sense in our body. Without it, well, people can survive without it, but the amount of perceiveness, the perception will be less, definitely. And we are fortunate, we can see this beautiful world. Oh, you can travel. Why your people pay such a huge amount of money to travel, to see new places? That's the experience. Okay, we will come into that. So, the sight, the sense is the prominent one in our human body. So, we are not going into the biological side of this visual perception unless you are a biology graduate or you're going to be, a doctor, student or all. So, here it's It's more of, how do you say, for the visual side. What's needed to be an artist? That's what matter here. So visual perception in visual studies mean it's an ability to see and interpret visual information that surrounds us. We all have this ability. So when you come to your college, you see lots of visual information here and there. Suppose you are coming here by bike, you see a signboard, okay? There is a gutter there, there is a hump there. So you gradually reduce your speed because there is a hump there. So it is not written that there is a hump, so be slow. No. You saw just a sign with the bump sign. Suddenly you grasp that, you interpret that visual that you have to reduce your speed so that an accident can be avoided. It is that ability, the is called visual with the perception. Perceiving the visuals. It's everywhere. Especially these days, it's filled with visuals everywhere. When you open a phone, how do you distinguish different apps? By looking at the different icons, right? Facebook has a particular visual pattern, like an F for the icon. Twitter has a bird chirping sign there. And Instagram, you choose it, right? And inside the app, it's visuals. It's full of visuals. Like in the Facebook, you just scroll down, visuals, videos, visuals, and you get to see visuals if it's interesting. Otherwise, you just skip it. And Instagram is all about visuals. Everywhere is visual. When you are on the road, there's so visuals everywhere, right? In the billboard, advertisements. When you go to a mall, if you want to take a loo, you look for a toilet sign. Otherwise, you will get into trouble, right? So you interpret it. It's called visual perception. It's the ability to see and interpret visual information surrounds us. Or the visual perception skills involves the ability to organize, interpret visual information that is seen and give its meaning. It's because by seeing a hump sign, you give meaning to that sign, right? Then you get to know that, okay, that's a bump sign, bump heard, so you have to reduce your speed. So you interpret it. You organize different information behind a visual. This is the ability. We all have this ability. The ability to perceive things around us. So, if we all have this ability, why do we need to study about visual perception in the first hand? Especially, to study BA multimedia or BA visual communication, BA visual arts, whatever degrees related to visuals. Why do we need to study at first about this visual perception? We all have this ability, but why? Why do we study for 2 semesters? Because this visual perception skill, even though we all have this skill, for you guys, especially those who pursue their career in visual media, in visual industry, such as advertisement, cinema related field like cinematography, direction, art direction, whatever it is, or news channels, wherever it is, you need to have your visual perception skills a bit more higher skill, higher grade than the average people, because you are gonna create visuals. So you have to know how these visuals which you have created be perceived by the audience. Then only you can become a master of creating visuals. All right. There it lies the necessity of learning AVP in your first semester. So in the course structure, it is a theory subject. Of course, it's a theory subject. Unfortunately, fortunately too, we are affiliated with Mahatma Gandhi University, but Mahatma Gandhi University has so many courses like economics, then BCom, BA, English, etc., etc. But in order to get your degree, degree certificate, because we have to follow some criteria, some pattern, like this BA economics and so on. So that's why this course also falls under theory. But is it a theory subject? My answer is no. So then what? Is it a practical subject? My answer is no. What do you mean? Well, in my opinion, this is a practical subject. I mean, you have to learn theory, and from theory, from learning theory, you get to know, you get to do some practical stuffs in your works. I will explain later, don't worry. It sounds complicated, but it's very simple. It's very simple, believe me. It's gonna be an amazing subject if you cooperate with me. Okay. So, my main aim of this AVP class, AVP subject, I want your out of the box thinking or critical thinking, or maybe called artful thinking. You have to develop your critical thinking or out of the box thinking by learning more about these subjects. This is the purpose of, as far as I am concerned, this is the purpose of this particular course, especially for the semester 1 and 2, AVP first and AVP 2. To develop your creative thinking or out of the box thinking. Then only you can be, how do you say, if you want to be a filmmaker, next Akira Kurosawa or next Spielberg or next famous director. You don't want to be their follower, You have to make your own style. Then only a fame will follow you. All right. So my ultimate aim is to develop this out-of-box thinking from this course. For that, I will be introducing lots of activities, practical activities, works to you. So you have to do it within the deadline. Okay. So also, in this study, in order to study this course, you have to develop a particular style of thinking. We can call it an artful thinking. So in order to develop this particular thinking, because this course, till now, till you are plus 2 or, plus 2, you were introduced by, how do you say, very formal the kind of thinking. You are studying all your subjects like science, biology, maths, in order to get your mark, right? So you got your mark, you came all the way here. Now, I strongly believe that you're following your passion. You're following your passion. Okay, so please don't take the subjects in this course, I may be a multimedia or visual communication, just like the course you have studied in your schools. Because in the first class itself, I am telling you, mark don't matter here. All right. Well, it matter in order to, if you want to get a degree, you have to, it really matter. But in order to work in an advertising field, in order to become a famous, a popular director, in order to be a content writer, mark doesn't matter. No one asks you about the marks. Every year, many multinational companies come here, like IBM, Infosys, such MNCs, popular MNCs in India. They'll come here. They don't want your mark. Most of the companies come here at the end of your fifth semester. Still you are studying. But they want your creativity. They want your work, the brilliant work. They want to see some changes. Not cliches, some changes in your work. So in order to develop that ability, or you need a certain kind of thinking. Okay, how to think like that? How to think to develop this creative ability. That's what I want to focus on. For that, I am following a particular thinking style developed by Harvard Graduate School in the Zero project. It's a very popular, you can look into it. Okay, so this whole course, Art and Visual Perception, I will be focusing all the modules with different thinking disposition, because we are going to analyze like this. Let me point out some thinking disposition. So don't worry, I am not making it very complex, but I am just telling you. Okay, so after these slides, I will give you an activity. So with that activity, you can know that what this artful thinking really means. So in the thinking proposition, we have to observing and describing, reasoning, questioning and investigating. That's their thinking disposition. So when you look at particular artwork, or when you look at particular story, so for example, if you want to make a film, a short film about Corona, okay, it's everywhere now. We are all in our home. Okay, you're gonna make a film about Corona. So, in order to make that film, there are many number of films already released in the web platform like YouTube and all. But you have to make a really different short film. So, how to approach, how to write or how to think to make a different short film, a new short film from this Corona situation. So you have to observe one particular problem. This kind of thinking style will applicable to every field, like, okay, whether it is science field or engineering field, wherever it is, this thinking style, it's very helpful to get into a beautiful conclusion or creative conclusion. So there you have to observe, okay, one particular thing, okay, with the Corona, what's really, what this Corona, how it's affecting it, the people around there. And you have to describe it, and you have to reason it, and you have to question, you have to ask some questions to yourself. From these questions and investigating, you get some conclusions or some answers. These answers will help you to make a really good short film. Okay, don't worry. I know it sounds a bit more complex, but it's very easy. All right, I will tell you. Just, okay, I have given you a painting. Okay, just look at the screen. This is a painting. Well, obviously it's not an accidental painting, it's definitely a painting. Just look at the painting. Just go through it slowly. Okay, so from here on, when you look at a painting or when you look at a particular piece of art, you have to be very concentrate. Okay, remove everything else. Concentrate on the painting. Just see that painting from top to bottom slowly. Down. Up. The middle portion. Okay, just follow my voice. Different things happening there, different colors, different lines. Okay, you may ask that what this really is. Is it a painting? Because it's very abstract, right? Okay, now I want you to write, so take your notebook and divide your page into 3 parts. Okay, first part, divide your page into 3 parts. First part, you name it see. Second part, you name it think. Third part, you name it wonder. So once again, first part, think. First part, see. Second part, think. Third part, wonder. 3 parts. Okay, I hope you are all ready with your, this is going to be your template for this particular, to analyze this particular artwork. Okay, so first of all, see. Now go to this painting once again and analyze. How do you describe what you saw there? What are you really seeing there? It might be color. What kind of color are you seeing? Just write down. Whatever you are seeing there, just write down. What colors are you seeing there? Write down under the C column. Whatever lines are you seeing there? Write down. Or do you get any particular shapes like triangle, circular shapes with colors? Are you seeing any? Just write down. I will give you 2 minutes to write it down. Analyze, go back to this painting once again, and all the colors, lines, what you are seeing there, that's it. Not the meaning and everything. No, what you are seeing there. It might be line, shape, colors, etc. Here I can see some grass-like lines there, and some orange circular thing there. Then some long lines. So many other things. Just write down all the things you are seeing in this painting. Next, I want you to think now. Before we were the seeing thing, the seeing. seeing routine. Okay. Now we are going to think about what's happening there. For example, when you see the lines, shapes and colors, what does it make you think of? For example, if you see a particular shape, what do you think about that shape? Whether is it a shape or is it a balloon? What this piece of art you think of? What might be happening in the work of art? What's happening there? Why did this particular artist or painter painted like this? What do you think, in your opinion? Don't go very philosophical or just plain thing. What's really happening there? Write down. Okay, this shape, by seeing this particular shape, do you think any other living or organic or inorganic thing which you have seen? Anything. By looking at the lines, does it form any shapes, like any building, any trees or any boards? I don't know. Just write down. And make some connections too. For example, in the painting, you can see this like bottom part, circular orange pond-like thing. It looks like a pond, but with the orange water. So I think it's a pond. You can see. I think it's a pond. You can write down like that. Or maybe you can see some ropes and maybe the rope tied down something. I think it's a rope tied down something. You can write down like that. So first of all, you see what's there in the painting, and second, you think what's really happening in the painting. I will give you 2 more minutes. Just analyze the painting. And lastly, wonder. Okay, this is a very important part. What do you wonder about this painting, this particular painting? What do you wonder? Or do you have any questions? Okay, about this painting. What do you want to learn about this painting? Whether what's really happening there, or why did the painter paint like that? Is it a very battleground or very chaotic? So many colors here and there. What's really happening there? Okay, so just write down with the word I wonder. I wonder dash. I wonder dash. Write down. What do you wonder about this painting? I wonder whether that's a sailing ship. I wonder whether that's a pond maybe. But if it's a pond, why did the painter give this orange color in the painting? Supposed to be blue, right? Water, blue. Sky, blue. All right. I hope you all finished writing it. Now I have a question. If you have a chance to ask question to this painter about this painting, what it would be? If you have a chance to ask a question to this painter, what it would be? You can share in our Google Classroom maybe. I will be using Google Classroom in our daily sessions and all. So I will be I will be guide you through it, don't worry. What would be the question? For the time being, you can just write down the question. And another one, I never told you the name of this painting. What do you think? What do you think about this painting? In your opinion, you have analyzed the painting, you have gone through the painting, you asked some question about the painting. In your opinion, what would be the perfect name for this painting? Write that also down. Now, let me tell about this painting. The name of this painting is Sea Battle. Sea Battle, Improvisation 31, painted by Vasily Kandinsky, a Russian painter. The name of this painting, Sea Battle. Sea Battle. Okay? Now, just go back to the painting again. Now you know the name of the painting. Were you able to distinguish some shapes, or do you relate some things with the sea battle? Just go again. Okay, so I will tell you what this artist really meant by when he painted this abstract painting. According to Kandinsky, the essence of human emotion and ideas such as conflict or chaos, expressed through the colors, shapes, lines, forms. Okay, his conflict and chaos expressed through shapes, lines, colors, and forms. It is possible Kandinsky experience each color as a sound and emotion, because I will tell you about him, Vasily Kandinsky. He was an amazing cello player. He used to do some music work. He used to play some instrument like cello, piano and all. So it really influenced him. The sound, the music. You can also, like when you feel very sad, you listen to music, right? When you are so happy, you listen to particular other kind of music. When I do running and all, I used to listen some energetic music. See, music with the feeling. That's what he did here. Just look at this painting and try to grasp his feeling, his conflict. Kandinsky wanted the viewer experience a series of emotions just as you would when listening to music. Music, you can't see the music, right? You can't touch the music. If it's a painting, you can see. Maybe you can touch it. Just think about the music. It's very abstract, right? But you feel the music. So the purpose of all art form is to achieve this abstract ability. Okay? That's the purpose of all art form. That's what Kandinsky tried to do here. Okay? The emotions. How to paint an emotion. For example, if you want to be a filmmaker, if your character is having some really tough time, how are you going to shoot that particular scene? How are you going to use, where do you put this particular character in the scene? How are you able to choose a particular atmosphere, a location based on that mood? All right. So you can connect this thing with everywhere, whether if you are a designer, if you want to be a filmmaker, advertising filmmaker, everywhere. All right. So let me wind up my class, my first session. I hope you can get a clear idea about this course, Art and Visual Perception. In the next class, I will be telling you about the syllabus, the modules in the course, etc. And hopefully we will start our first module in the next class. But activities like this will be there in every class. Then only you can get to develop your creative mind, this particular thinking. I need that thinking from you guys, okay? Then only this session, this art and visual perception will be useful to you. So, one more thing I want to tell you that just download very popular movie. You can easily download, maybe you can see it in YouTube as well by free because it's open to everyone. Walt Disney's movie, you know, almost everyone love Walt Disney movies. Fantasia, okay, Fantasia, 1940s movie, 1940, okay. You can download it or you can watch online in the YouTube. And we will have a discussion about this movie and this painting in the next class. Because after completing this exercise, after watching the movie, you will know why did I assign you to watch this particular movie, okay? Because we have been dealing with Vasily Kandinsky's emotions, his music, etc. So you will know why in the next class. All right, so by one note, I am trying to wind up this session. So remember, this class, AVP, especially AVP, is an important subject to develop your creative thinking, okay? Don't take this class as a history subject. It's very important. It's not a history. By maybe after 3 or 4 class, you will have this thinking culture, because I really want you to have this thinking culture in our class, especially in our class. Believe me, it will definitely help you. Okay. By this note, I am winding up my session. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.